Welcome to the first ever episode of Revel Flow. I'm your host, Flo, and I am fascinated by the many ways people create and what their process is. So on this podcast, sometimes we'll talk about creativity, sometimes we'll talk about wellness, sometimes faith, sometimes community, and it's all with the goal to inspire you to see life from a new perspective. So I've invited guests from all over with expertise in these fields to give us some insights and hacks and new ways to approach our goals. I've been a creative for as long as I can remember, really ever since the ripe old age of 3, when I saw that you could use peanut butter as an art medium, which, by the way, if you're curious, it makes a lovely wall art installation. Unless if you're allergic, of course. I bring about 6 years of expertise and experience with working in the wellness and fitness industry. I've graduated from ministry school, and I am a person that interacts with other persons daily. So bringing my own expertise along with people much smarter than me, I hope that this podcast will inspire your own creativity and be a bright spot in your day. We'll have episodes released weekly, so come by again next week to hear from our first guest. For this first episode, let's kick things off by talking about why. Why do I want to add to the noise of thousands of great podcasts already available out there? Well, I believe each of us have a voice, a story, and a gift to share. Throughout my life, I have moved all over the United States, traveling to many countries in the world, and I have learned that there are many different ways to approach issues that we all face. And having seen that, I've been better able to navigate my problems and even opportunities in my own life with a better sense of what's possible. You know, it's tough to go somewhere or do something that you've never seen or even don't have a grid for. And that is how we learn to do most things in our life. You see someone play out a scenario and you see them succeed or fail. Then you take that information for yourself. It informs and even influences what you may choose to do. It could be something you may never have considered before. I just feel compelled to give away what I've been given through my life experience, through what I feel God's taught me, through what other people have taught me. I want to give that all away to you, the listener, and bringing on guests that even see different than I do. They come from a different faith or they don't believe in God at all. I think it's so valuable to bring different perspectives in the room, to see different sides of the coin. The name of our podcast, Revel Flow, it came out of this idea of revel, which by definition speaks to a loud, fun celebration of dancing and joy. And also, it's the shortened version of revelation. And so what my goal for this podcast is really that these revelations that you get from hearing from so many different people not only help you with your life or what you see yourself doing 5, 10, or 30 years from now, but it also brings you so much joy, and it brings that perspective into your life and the flow. I just hope that we are flowing with revelation. We are flowing with just reveling in each other's company and how we see life in the world. I also got it out of a verse from the Bible, Revelation 22, verse 1, where it talks about the river of life. Then the angel showed me the river of the water of life, bright as crystal, flowing from the throne of God and of the Lamb. And what that speaks to me is that with God being our source of where we get our revelation, and it's just freely flowing from Him, it gives us limitless access to ideas. It just broadens our creativity. And we're covered under the idea that He is completely abundant. There is no lack. There's no risk in losing. There's only the promise of gaining when we look to Him. So all of this to say, I promise I won't be preaching at you throughout this entire podcast series. I just wanted to give you a little bit of the background of the idea of where this all came from. It has been born out of this idea of God's steadfast love for all the world, but even bringing it more specifically, his steadfast love for me and what he's given me. He's taught me through always being there for me that I am safe to give away. I don't have to gatekeep things that I've learned and fear that I'm going to get kicked off of whatever breakthrough I've gotten, but that I can freely give and inspire, and it's only going to increase and bring more multiplication. No subtraction, just multiplication. So all of that to say, I hope that this will inspire you. And even if you're not a Christian and you're tuning in, there is a place for you here. Please come in with an open mind, but I'll have guests who are Christians. I'll have guests who aren't Christians. Mostly I want to bring people in to just give us a new facet of life and the world and what it looks like and in reality and how things play out, success, failure, all with the goal of inspiration for you, all with the goal of opening your eyes to the world around you, to places you might never have had access to or even have known to look before. So thank you for listening to my rambling for this first episode. Hopefully it piqued your interest. Hopefully you'll tune in next week. We're going to have our first guest. So come back next week to find out who I'll bring in for our first guest. If you have any ideas or thoughts of what you want talked about on this podcast, you can reach out on Instagram. The Instagram handle is at Revel Flowing. We also have a website that you can contact us through. It's www.revelflowing.com. I am so excited. I cannot wait to see and hear from you all about hopefully things that you're getting out of this podcast. We will talk next week. Have a good day.